Oklahoma signs Cal transfer running back Jaydn Ott. I think a huge signing in the transfer portal. Ott joins that running back room at OU with the Littleton, Colorado product, Gavin Sawchuk. You guys got what's his name, Taylor Tatum, Javante Barnes, and several others well in that running back room. Discuss the impact of this signing, Rodney. What are your thoughts on this signing? I think a huge addition for Ben Arbuckle, Venables, and the OU offense here. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, it was a stacked running back room already. I think it's been a little bit tough to see what the room, what their potential actually is, just because we've been struggling to try to find our offensive identity. And it's tough for a running back to really settle in, especially when you got a group of them that are so talented. And Gavin Sawchuk, Javante Barnes, Taylor Tatum's been getting some burn. You know, he's a dual sport athlete playing baseball for us right now.
Yep.
And Xavier Robinson too, late in the season really started to kind of prove his worth. I think he's going to be a big contributor. But I think with Jaydn coming into the mix, one of my good friends, Caleb Kelly, he always says iron sharpens iron. Yep. And I feel like adding him with DeMarco Murray as their coach is only going to produce good things. I love Jaydn Ott's style of running. He's a very decisive guy. He's downhill. He makes very, there's no guessing with him. There's no stutter. He knows what he wants to do. He's a home run hitter, and so he's always going to be looking for that touchdown. And he's what word am I looking for? He's dynamic too. Oh, yeah. I've seen him return kicks and be out wide. He'll get in the slot a little bit. So I'm really, really excited to see how Coach Arbuckle uses him.
Absolutely. And going to, where Ott ended up leaving, Cal has seen what we call a mass exodus, so to speak, of their running back room. 5 running backs entering the portal here within 48 hours. Rodney, before we go focus on OU a little bit, what are your thoughts on the transfer portal as a whole and kind of the structure and the way college football has changed since you were playing it now? What are your thoughts on that?
It's crazy. I have a love-hate relationship with the transfer portal. I understand it. Like, I get it. There are guys in situations that, they go to a school to just try to prove their worth and want to jump to a better situation, or maybe they're getting buried underneath political reasons and they want to jump to another school. Like, the list goes on and on as far as why anyone would hit the transfer portal. But I do believe that it's also being taken advantage of with NIL and all this other stuff that you can throw into the mix. I work in NIL right now for the Sooners with Sooner Sports Properties. And so we see it all the time. I'm very glad that we've been able to take advantage of it in a good way, I think. With Jim Nagy on the staff now, I think he's really, taking control. He knows what he's looking for. He's, been proven to, with the Senior Bowl, being director of the Senior Bowl, and then all of his NFL experience, he knows what kind of athletes he wants, what kind the Sooners want. And so Jaydn Ott was a great grab for us. Transfer portal worked out in our favor in this case.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And focusing on a little bit, I wanted to ask you about him and his potential in Arbuckle's system here. Arbuckle every year, I believe, since he's been an OC, has had a back at least get 100 yards receiving. I know it's not a lot, but still. What do you expect about Ott's potential in Ben Arbuckle's system here for OU? And then you got Mateer reunited with Arbuckle as QB1. Go ahead.
I'm really excited for Coach Arbuckle. What stands out to me in all of his offenses and what I've seen thus far is that he's very good at getting the ball in playmakers' hands, meaning like he schemes up certain plays, certain systems, certain formations for players. And that's a testament to the study that he does on other teams, the scouting that he does. But it's also a testament to the connection that he has with the players on his team at any given time. I think he knows John Mateer very well. And I think part of the reason Jaydn Ott gets thrown into the mix is because he knows that that's going to be a good pairing. I think when it comes to a back like Jaydn Ott that is so diverse and is you can put him anywhere, that helps the quarterback out a lot. That was pretty much my bread and butter, like my secret bread and butter with Baker Mayfield. Right. A lot of my receiving yards and touchdowns came from check down routes. I just kind of be out in no man's land, just hanging out. Baker goes through his progression, nothing's there, dumps it off to a reliable set of hands that can make plays in open space. And so that's that's the relationship that I'm really excited for. I know that there's going to be some schemes for these backs, but I also know that these backs are going to help John stay protected and then also bail him out in certain instances.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I wanted to talk about Ott's coach a little bit. DeMarco Murray, can you discuss kind of his impact on the OU run game, OU's running back room here, and how he'll impact Ott headed into OU here? Go ahead.
That's a legend. DeMarco Murray, that's a legend. What running back would not want to come and learn from DeMarco Murray, the OU legend, Dallas Cowboys legend, one of the best backs to ever come out of Norman. I think a lot of he's a very serious guy on the field, very serious coach. He has very high standards, a very high expectation of these guys. And like I said earlier, iron sharpens iron. He is one of those tools in that room that is going to help sharpen these cats up. And so I'm really excited to see what he does with Jaydn. And what he continues to do with the backs that he's had. Like I said, the systems that they've had thus far offensively have not been what we need them to be a successful SEC team. Mm-hmm. Even so, I think the backs tend to be a shining spot whenever we need them to be. They tend to step up. And so hopefully the system that we're in now helps them shine even more.
Absolutely, absolutely, and well said. And sticking on this OU running game here, we're talking transfer portal here. You guys got another addition from the transfer portal, Jake Mikula here. I had his teammate Levi Rogers on here about a month ago, but you guys land Jake Mikula in the transfer portal. Bill Beatonbaugh, who I think is one of the best offensive line coaches, if not the best offensive line coach in college football, gets another one here, so to speak. What are your thoughts on this signing and how this may impact your run game and OU's line room? Go ahead.
I think if you're an offensive lineman that really wants a chance at the next level, you want to link up with Coach Beatonbaugh. I ran behind his offensive line, and I don't know. Legend is a strong word. Like I said, the holes were huge. So when you have offensive line, I think this is what it is. He teaches the game of football. He teaches X's and O's. He doesn't just teach a formation. He doesn't just teach a system. It's really easy to do, and it's really easy to plug and play guys that way. But he really wants these guys to understand. And when you understand the game of football, that makes your cohesiveness a lot better, especially on the front line. Those front five guys or front seven, throw tight ends in there as well. It's just it makes the whole team better. And so I think a guy like Jake wanting to further his career, get that shot in the league. It's a perfect stop with Coach Beatonbaugh to help sharpen up his game and on to the next level. A lot of my friends, my time at OU, were offensive linemen for obvious reasons. And I hung out with those dudes all the time, and they just couldn't say enough about Coach Beatonbaugh. I spent a lot of time with Coach Beatonbaugh as well. And you can just tell, once they understand the game, the system comes easy. The formations come easy. And then their play only just goes up and up. Their draft stock goes up and up. And so I'm really excited to have Jake as part of the team. I think he's going to do a great job, and I'm excited to see what Coach Beatonbaugh does.
Yeah, absolutely. And you raved about Beatonbaugh here. I do a Colorado show with Matt McChesney, who owns 6 0 Academy, and he sent several of his players down to OU, and Brett Coolidge was just down there here a week ago or so. And he raves about Beatonbaugh. We talk about Beatonbaugh all the time. So I just had to ask you about him. I thought this was an interesting addition for OU. A transfer from Stanford. It seems like you'd want to stay at that school to get the degree. But nonetheless, like you mentioned, coming to that OU O-line room, just definitely a transition and a straight path there to the NFL if you play your cards right under coach there. So I think a great addition for OU's run game here. I think last season OU may have struggled with the offensive line at times. So I think seeing this and along with the addition of Ott is definitely something OU Sooner fans can rejoice in seeing here. And we'd hope to have an improved run game going into this season. Let me ask you, going back to Ott, is he RB1 going into this season? You think coming in that running back room with Sawchuk, Barnes, you mentioned Taylor a little bit as well. Is he going to be the premier back going into this season, do you think?
That's a tough question because it's a little early. I don't know that I could give him the number one spot. I don't even know if he's on campus just yet. With news breaking just a couple of days ago, I don't know. I think he has great potential to start. It's going to be a competition, though. I know that Coach Venables and DeMarco Murray and Coach Arbuckle, they're all competitors, and that's what they want to see out of their athletes. And so the job's going to go to the guy that competes the best, the guy that has the best summer, the best training camp. Yep. And then we'll see what happens. You know, we've got a pretty big game coming in preseason against Michigan. And so I think we'll get tested early, and our schedule's so tough. Mm-hmm. And so we'll definitely be leaning on that run game. And there definitely needs to be a guy that, you know, takes the reins and steps up. I do believe in running back by committee. Just the way that the game is played these days, what they're asking of all the players, especially the running backs. You obviously got to run the ball well, got to make good decisions with the ball, got to hold on to it. But you got to catch, you have to block. You're a part of all these different schemes, and you're kind of the only player on the field that is asked to do just about everything. And so I don't know. I think it's going to go to the most trusted guy, but he's going to have to take it from the Javante Barnes, the Xavier Robinsons, the Gavin Sawchuk. So we'll see.
Absolutely. And well said there, Rodney.